afternoon. Finally got some nice weather. Eastbound and down I-80 through Wyoming, which has been closed for the last, it was like 4 or 5 days it's been closed. We are planted. We have a 41,000 pound load, so you can set it and forget it. I go through Wyoming. This is how I like to do it. Heavy. We left Aurora light. Well, it wasn't too bad. We had 10,000 pounds. I mean, it is light, but too light for when they close this highway to high-profile vehicles for the wind. For that, you have to be 20,000 pound load or greater. Got a balmy 19 outside, Fahrenheit. It'll be negative Celsius. See if I can figure it out in my head. Basically, it's what, 13 degrees? No, 14. 19 and 14 is 33. This will be 13 degrees. Divide 6930, I think is what it said. I think it'd be like 7 or 8, minus 7 or minus 8 degrees Celsius. I'm trying to do the math in my head. Anyway, it's a little bit chilly out, but not too bad. I don't understand this truck. He come flying up and then he got next to that trailer there and he seems to kind of slow down. The wind is going with us for the most part. We don't have to worry about the highway being closed to light, high-profile vehicles. And usually that's over going to be by Elk Mountain. we've been running pretty hard lately, which is good. You're out here, you might as well just run it, shut down for the hours, get back in, run it again, shut down for your hours, and run it. That's how I like to run. I'll have about 13 hours left when I get to Denver today. So, I don't know why that truck is hanging out in the hammer lane, especially if he's got trucks coming up behind him. Maybe it's the wind, but the wind's not that strong, even if he's light. And if he's worried about the trailer getting blown to the left, it's really not that strong. Yeah, I don't think he's going to move, trailer. Or tractor. He's just going to hang out there. Oh, finally got forced over. If you get passed on the right side, you're wrong. Just FYI. Unless you're in another country like England. Careful, spot high. Or Japan. I think Japan drives on the right side too. Snow is nice and thick, which is good. Usually in Wyoming, there's a lot of, there's a big old herd of elk. All bulls too. There's 1, 2, 3. There's 8 bull elk over there. So one time I came out of my garage in Grand Lake and opened up the garage door, and there was like 5 bull elk all chilling out, kind of snoozing in the backyard. And I was like, yeah, you guys are all chilling now as friends, but you're gonna try to kill each other in about a month or so. It was in the fall. Trailer's all jacked up. So I got in last night to Evanston, Wyoming. Like, I got off the freeway. I had 1 minute left of drive time. And as I was pulling into the parking lot, it went 0, 0, 0. I had no more time left. Probably violated a little bit, but I'd be like, come on, man. I made it. The only places that were left, it's like I looked on the app and it said they had 14 reservable spaces available, and I counted 3. Some people refuse to pay to park at a truck stop. I'm one of them, but I will. I have no problem paying, I just prefer not to. So I did it on the app, and I used points. When we fuel up, we gain points for we can use to buy stuff, and basically it's like money. It was $14. So they wanted 1,400 points. I had 4,500 points. They wanted 1,400 points. Basically, I had $45 worth. It was $14 to park. So I went and did it, and wasn't thinking. I thought yesterday was the 1st and it was the 31st. So I ended up reserving my space for tonight. And I didn't know that till I went in there to get a receipt. The guy's like, oh, well, I'm not showing you in here. You sure you did it for today? I go, I'm pretty sure I just did it outside. I go, he goes, the 31st, and I'm like, oh, you know, I think I remember seeing February 1st, February 2nd. So yeah, I did. He goes, well, you can cancel it, then I can just get you one here. I go, you can't just put one. Oh no, I can't do that. I'm like, okay, so I cancel it and scans my card, so I got charged $28 to park. Because it was a bunch of BS. They took my other $14 because I canceled it. I was like within 15 minutes. They weren't going to give me my points back. And they charged me again, you know, so I waited to see if my points would come back in the morning, and they didn't. So I went up to the gal there, I got my coffee, and I was trying to explain to her, I'm like, you know, they got this big old campaign bragging about how you can earn points and to earn points and all that stuff. I go, but then they steal it from you when you earn it. She's like, what do you mean? I go, well, I reserved by mistake for tonight, last night, and I meant it for last night. She goes, oh, you're not going to be here tonight? I go, no, I got to do it. I'm headed to Denver. Is it possible to get them other points back? I go, the guy wouldn't just switch it over. Said he couldn't. And I go, you guys really don't enforce it that much. I go, it said there's 14 available spaces, and I only counted 3 out there. And me and another guy took the 2 of them, so there's only 1 left. Oh, no, I'm showing we sold out last night. I'm like, well, I guess that's besides the point, really, but is it possible I could get my other points back? Because what I should have done was just left it alone. And then I would have been all right. She worked on it a little bit. Finally, she goes, okay, I got it done for you. Give me your card, scans it back, puts the points back on. We're not really supposed to do this. And I'm like, well, I can see that, but if they're going to, you know, you make a mistake, you should be able to cancel it. And that's the thing. You picked the wrong day. That'd probably be the most common mistake, but they didn't have that option. But they should put on there too, if you reserve and make a mistake, you will not get your points back. They should have that up in there before you click submit. I barely knew how to run the thing because I never usually pay. I do like going to Seattle, North Bend. There's a TA there. It's a exit 34, I think. I reserved there one time, and when I got there, there was like it was closed. Well, I mean, it wasn't closed, but I'm thinking there was no spaces available, but I reserved a day in advance. And I go in there, I go, where's your reserved spaces at? She goes, oh, If they're gone, they're gone. I go, I reserved one. She looked it up. She goes, yeah, you want your money back? I go, no, the whole point of reserving was so I had a spot. She goes, well, we don't have anybody to enforce it. And I'm like, well, that's great. Well, I'm going to go see if I can find somebody to kick them out, which I knew they would have fought me on because I'm not security for the TA. So I went out there to look, and I wanted to get out of everybody's way. So I turned around, and as I turned around and started heading north, made a U-turn from the pumps. Straight ahead, I saw a spot. And I mean, there's the only time that you can find a place to park is in the morning after trucks leave. At that spot, there always seems to be people there, like nonstop. So much so that the on and off ramps are completely full, both sides, and they're long on and off ramps, like 30 trucks a piece, basically. And there's a big lot right next to the TA, but the locals don't want a truck stop there, so they won't let them buy that and use it for more parking. One of the dilemmas we suffer out here on the highway. So anyway, I took that as base. I nosed straight in. I prefer to nose in because I don't have to hear reefers or APUs going. And I went back in the store, and I'm like, where exactly are your reserved spaces? And she pulls up a map. She goes, right here and right here. I'm like, yeah, they're all full. And I was parked in a non-reservable space, meaning a freebie. I go, yeah, they're all full. She goes, well, you want your money back then? I go, absolutely. So I got my money back, and that time I paid cash. I didn't use points. But that was just the luck of the draw. It's Sunday night too, so I got real lucky in getting that spot. A lot of trucks breaking down on the side of the road today. To get something to eat, but it didn't really feel like Subway at that Lowe's over there, and I would feel like the chicken, but gotta kind of watch the diet out here on the highway. Go over here to Rollins, get something to eat. It's 1:45, so 1:45, 13:45. Should be going into Denver right during the traffic. So with 13 hours left. Like I asked Wendy, I go, if you have a Grand Junction, steamboat Grand Junction load, that'd be great. If not, then I'll just hang out there in Denver till Friday and get a load going to Seattle again, hopefully. Kind of threw that out there. Because I picked up this load that I just went to Seattle with. I picked that load up at like 5 o'clock at night on Saturday. And I drove till 2:30 in the morning. There's another truck. Tires. That one. Anyway, I drove to 2:30 in the morning and I sent Wendy a message saying I don't think I'm going to make it for Monday delivery. She goes, that's okay, just keep me posted. So I got up next morning and did some in-depth calculations and told her, you know, I think I can get them unloaded on Monday and have a little time left for loading up. She's like, okay, thank you. Text message. And I got there, was doing all it, getting them all done and stuff, and then come to the second to the last stop, and I was 55 miles away from the last stop. So I called those guys ahead of time, and they only had 2 pallets. I put them at the very back. And so I told them, I go, hey, I'm going to be coming in hot and heavy, and then I got to leave for Lacey, Washington for the last stop and get there by 4:30. He goes, oh, you're going to be cutting it close, because I called him at 3 o'clock and told him that I'll be there probably about 3:10, 3:15, which is when I showed up. He goes, you'll be cutting it close. And I'm like, yeah, I already know that. I got out of there at 3:20, and then I tailed it south. Got into a little bit of traffic here and there, which slowed me up about 5 to 10 minutes, but I showed up at the last stop right at 4:30 when they close. But I called them ahead of time after I left the second to last stop and told them, like, hey, I'm going to be there about 4:15, 4:30. Yeah, you'll be all right. Go ahead and bring it in. At 3 pallets. Okay, I got there right at 4:30. So we knocked off those 3 pallets, and then my appointment was 45 minutes away at 1800, 6 o'clock. So I was coming out of their lot. There was across the way a park that had like 5 food trucks, trailers there. So I was able to stop and grab something to eat real quick, and then showed up there 15 minutes before 6. So I got loaded with this load. Made it to Granger, Oregon, or no, Granger, Washington. So it would have been pretty brutal to have to sit around and wait, and there is no parking. You know, if I would have been there at 5 o'clock, I would have had to wait till the morning to unload those 3 pallets. I'm glad it worked the way it did, but like I said, I've been running hard. Beautiful day in the neighborhood today. Temperatures dropped a bit to 11. That'd be what, 12 degrees Celsius? Minus 12 degrees. I'll save some footage when we get there around Elk Mountain, where it should be a lot more snow and a lot more wind. A lot more fun. See you in a bit. Just drive right off the highway. I don't know if they have the light closed to light high-profile vehicles. I'm going to say probably yeah. Maybe not so much here, but probably up by Elk Mountain. Could be Laramie and Cheyenne as well. Snow fences have some good sized drifts behind them. A lot of traffic on the highway today. Can only imagine how bad it is when they shut the highway, or close it, I should say. Truck behind me. I'd like to get over. He's not going to let me. Well, go ahead and pass me then if you're not going to let me. Jerk. Oh, no wonder why. He's a reefer with an APU. Staring out his window like a four-wheeler. In other words, he's not paying attention to anything else. why he couldn't let me go through the first time. Number one, buddy. Number one. Well, his truck is there, and his trailer is way back there. I wonder how he managed that. The phone gets hot when I film with it. Drifts are creeping on the highway. We'll trim a few of them back a bit. Back up to 13 degrees. Fuel we got 98. Comes that clown again. It's the inconsistency that I don't like seeing drivers do. Should have cut him off because I think he's going to mess me up again. You can always count on Wyoming to give you good weather. Fun weather to drive in, I should say. So this might have been at 2 days now. The highway's been open. Like yesterday and today. There's some elk right there. Take a look, see. Go back to the original. UPS truck, I'm going to say, is the first truck. One in front of that is a clown. See, the way I drive is I try to anticipate what the other driver is probably going to do. And I pay attention. Like, I've gone where it's 3-lane highway and it goes down to 2. And I know what's coming up. Or if there's another truck that's going to slow them down and they're going to need to get in the middle lane, I've already saw that or have seen that and got in the far left lane to let them get around. They usually get surprised. They're like, wow, that guy, I need that guy to move, and he's just moved. Like, yeah, because I'm paying attention. I like those drivers who just stick their head out the window and are off in La La Land and only see what's right there in front of their lane. Well, let's try to get something to eat. We'll see in a bit. We'll be back up by Elk Mountain here pretty soon. Hope we have fun up there. See you in a bit. Okay, they have the closed highway to light high-profile vehicles in effect. It doesn't affect us because we're planted nicely. 41,000 pounds. Elk Mountain right there. The wind is blowing pretty good. I can feel it. Didn't get anything to eat there in Rawlins. We'll have to wait till we get to Laramie. At 21 degrees, it's gone up a bit. Putting his brakes on when he goes over the ice right here. A smooth move. 56 to Laramie. And another 65-ish to Cheyenne. Well, they had the digital variable speed limit signs up. I was coming down a hill and I saw a trooper sitting in the middle, and I wasn't really paying attention prior, so I didn't know what the speed limit was because it's variable. Technically it's 75, but right now it's 65. Coming up on some ice, hit your brakes. And he does. I understand. I guess that's how you end up with people in the median and off the shoulder there. So I just coast right over it. .270 is the area that's the roughest for the wind. Same thing on 25 northbound or southbound. The 68, 70 mile marker can be pretty bad for the wind as well. So it can be windy and bad all over, but in those mile markers is where it's like really bad. So we got a Snyder truck off the highway. They got a lot of trucks and trailers in that tow yard. We're probably mile marker 260 right now. A direct side impact. Get back over, please. Took you long enough to figure out you were past that truck. Another truck over there. Parts and pieces right there. Oh, look at that. Chinese light, but there's some real old vehicles on there. The teens. Turn your cruise control off. Feel the impact of the wind here. Yeah, if you were light, the trailer would be blowing over here. Put out snow and ice on the ground, throw some wind, and fishtail as she goes. Super singles on that truck. No thank you for me. Closed to light, high profile, next 45 miles. Crosswind, 60 mph each mile. We're coming up on the 270. Temperatures rising. I think it's because it's up on the hill, maybe. I don't know why the wind is always like worse in this spot. finding out soon what's going to happen with the next load. I hope to be able to go up to Steamboat Grand Junction. But if not, I'm okay hanging out in Denver and then leaving Friday morning for Seattle. .270's up around that corner up there ahead of us. That's the 272. I said 270. I was off by a couple miles. It's been a couple minutes since I've been over here. I'm not going to use that as an excuse. Plain, simply just wrong. Seems pretty calm today, though. Should be just about done with Elk Mountain. Well, we are. About 15 miles to Laramie, where I get to eat. I messed up and read the wrong time earlier. I said it was 2 something. It was actually 1 something, because now it's 2 something. 222 to be exact. How many of you remember a show called Room 222, Room 222? You get blown over? That's just a trailer. Trying to figure out how to get it up. There's Laramie over there by the foothills to our left. It's nice over here and warm too, 31. Well, we'll call this video good for now. It was fun while it lasted. So thanks again for riding shotgun with Mountain Man Mike. Till the next time, enjoy. Peace. There's an Indian truck stop right here, 290. Indian food. It's all curry though. Seems like their food is based on curry. Not a big fan of it, so we're not going to eat there. See ya!